Have you ever felt trapped in a loop, experiencing the same challenges, the same frustrations, the same reality day after day, no matter how hard you try to change it? You feel like a passive bystander in your own life, subject to the whims of circumstance. But what if I told you that this feeling of powerlessness is based on a profound misunderstanding of reality itself? What if you are not just a passenger, but the pilot? This isn't just wishful thinking or a motivational slogan. This is a truth anchored in the deepest laws of our universe. A truth that, once understood, shatters the illusion of a fixed external reality and hands the power of creation directly back to you. The world's most revolutionary science, quantum physics, revealed a century ago that the universe is not what it seems. At the subatomic level, the very building blocks of your reality are not solid, definite things. They exist as pure potential, a shimmering ocean of infinite possibilities. The ancient spiritual traditions have whispered this for millennia, speaking of a formless void from which all form arises. The critical question, the one that changes everything, is this: what turns that infinite potential into the specific, tangible experience you call your life? The answer is shockingly simple: you do. Your conscious observation is the creative force that selects one possibility from the infinite and makes it real. You are not just reacting to a world that is already there. You are, in every moment, an active participant in its creation. This is the great secret we are here to unlock together, to move you from being a reactor to a conscious creator of your own timeline. To understand how you actively shape your reality, we must look at one of the most famous and mind-bending experiments in history, the double-slit experiment. Imagine firing tiny particles, like electrons, at a screen with two slits in it. If you treat them as little balls, you would expect two distinct lines to form behind the slits. But that is not what happens. When no one is looking, the electrons behave like a wave, passing through both slits simultaneously and creating an interference pattern on the other side, a pattern of many lines. They are existing in a state of all possibilities at once. But here is the extraordinary part. The moment scientists place a detector to observe which slit the electron goes through, the wave of possibilities instantly collapses. The electron behaves like a particle, goes through one specific slit, and creates a simple two-line pattern. The very act of observation forced a wave of potential into a single definite reality. Now, apply this profound principle to your life. The quantum field holds infinite potential realities for you. A reality where you are healthy, a reality where you are abundant, a reality where you are in a loving relationship. All these timelines exist as waves of possibility right now. What collapses the wave? Your observation. But your observation is not just what you see with your eyes. It is the total energy, frequency, and vibration of your being. It is the quality of your attention, filtered through your emotions, beliefs, and expectations. When you observe your life from a state of fear, you are the scientist at the slit, measuring and collapsing reality into a form that matches that fear. When you observe from a state of love and faith, you collapse potential into a reality that resonates with love. You are constantly selecting and reinforcing a version of reality that is a perfect vibrational match to the state from which you observe. The key to changing your life, therefore, is not to change the world outside, but to fundamentally change the observer within. So why, if we have this incredible power, do so many of us feel stuck, repeating the same unwanted patterns? The answer lies in the programming of our subconscious mind. Neuroscience now confirms what mystics have long taught. Around 95% of your daily thoughts, behaviors, and emotional reactions are run by the subconscious. It is an incredibly powerful biological computer, but it is programmed by your past. Every significant emotional experience, especially from childhood, created a neural pathway, a memory that informs your subconscious how to perceive and react to the world. If you experienced lack, your subconscious was programmed with the frequency of lack. If you experienced betrayal, it was programmed with the expectation of betrayal. This subconscious programming becomes your identity, your personal reality. It becomes the default observer. So, even when you consciously desire abundance, your subconscious, which is 95% of the operating system, is observing your life through the lens of lack. It is constantly scanning for evidence to confirm its programming, filtering out anything that does not match, and collapsing the quantum field into more experiences of not having enough. This is not a punishment. It is a mechanism. Your body, the subconscious mind's physical expression, has become addicted to the familiar chemistry of your past emotions, be it guilt, fear, or unworthiness. You think you are making conscious choices. But in reality, you are a slave to a set of unconscious programs that keep you anchored to a reality you no longer want. To create a new life, you must become conscious of your unconscious self and recondition the very foundation of your identity. You must teach your body, emotionally, what a new future feels like. How, then, do we break free from the chains of the subconscious mind and begin to observe reality from a new state of being? The shift can happen much faster than you think, but it requires a conscious and deliberate change in your energy. This is where we bridge science and spirit. The principle of resonance in quantum mechanics states that energy systems are drawn to and amplify frequencies that match their own. To create a new reality, you must generate the energetic frequency of that reality within yourself before it manifests externally. You cannot wait for success to feel successful. You must embody the feeling of success first. This feeling, this emotional signature, is the powerful signal you send into the quantum field. This is not just a metaphysical idea. It is backed by the science of epigenetics. Epigenetics shows that your genes are not your destiny. Genes are like blueprints, but it is the environment that signals which parts of the blueprint get built. And what is the most influential part of your internal environment? Your emotions. The feelings you generate release a cascade of chemical signals that can literally turn genes on or off. By consciously cultivating elevated emotions like joy, gratitude, love, and abundance, you are sending new signals to your cells. You are literally rewriting your biological expression to match your future self. Here is your first practical step. Take a moment each morning before your mind gets caught in the problems of the day. Ask yourself, what would the version of me who is living my dream life be feeling right now? Would they feel rushed and anxious, or calm and empowered? Would they feel lack or wholeness? Then, for just 5 minutes, do not just think about that feeling. Generate it, embody it, feel it in your heart, in every cell of your body. You are rehearsing your future, teaching your body a new emotional language, and beginning to observe your world from the frequency of your destination, not your starting point. Let's deepen our understanding of this creative process. You are not just a single identity living in a single timeline. You are a multidimensional being with access to infinite versions of yourself, existing across infinite potential realities or timelines in the quantum field. The version of you that is a successful artist, the version of you that is a healer, the version of you that is living in perfect health, they all exist right now as possibilities. Your current life is simply the timeline that you are most in coherence with. Coherence is key. It is the perfect alignment of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When your thoughts are aligned with your desires, and your emotions are tuned to the frequency of that desire already being fulfilled, you become a powerful, coherent, energetic magnet, drawing that reality to you. The greatest obstacle to manifestation is incoherence. You might spend 10 minutes thinking about abundance, but the other 23 hours and 50 minutes of the day, your subconscious is running programs of worry. Your body is feeling the familiar emotion of lack, and your actions reflect a belief in scarcity. This sends a mixed, incoherent signal to the quantum field. It is like trying to tune a radio to a specific station while constantly fiddling with the dial. The universe responds to the dominant frequency you broadcast. This is why ancient teachings, from the Bible to the Vedanta, emphasize the importance of faith and belief. Faith is not blind hope. It is a coherent state of being. It is knowing, with every cell of your body, that your desired reality is already yours. In Mark 11:24 it says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This is not a religious decree. It is a quantum instruction manual. Believe that you have received it in the past tense. This requires you to shift your identity from someone who is wanting something to someone who has it. You must observe your life not from the perspective of a seeker, but from the perspective of a creator who has already arrived. This requires a radical commitment to maintaining your new state of being, regardless of what your current external reality reflects back to you. Integrating this practice into your daily life is what transforms it from a concept into a lived reality. Your mission is to make your internal state of being more real than your outer world. This begins with how you start your day. Instead of immediately grabbing your phone and plugging into the collective consciousness of stress and distraction, you must consciously choose to connect with the quantum field. Before your feet hit the floor, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your heart. Cultivate a feeling of gratitude, not for what you want, but for what you already have. Gratitude is one of the highest creative frequencies. It signals to the universe that you are already whole and complete. From this state of gratitude, bring to mind your future self. Feel the emotions of that future now. Let the joy, the freedom, the love wash over you. This morning ritual sets your energetic trajectory for the entire day. Throughout the day, your work is to maintain this state. This requires presence and self-awareness. Set an alarm on your phone every hour. When it goes off, pause. Ask yourself, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? Am I observing my world from my new state of being? Or have I defaulted back to the old, subconscious programs of fear and limitation? If you have defaulted, do not judge yourself. Simply take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and consciously choose to return to the feeling of your future. Let's do this right now. I want you to pause, close your eyes, and think of one aspect of your desired future that truly excites you. Now, feel the emotion of that reality as if it is happening in this very moment. Feel the expansion in your chest, the smile on your face. Hold that feeling for 60 seconds. You have just consciously collapsed a wave of possibility. You have just voted for your future with your energy. This is how you practice. Moment by moment, choice by choice, you are reconditioning your mind and body to live in a new reality. As you commit to this practice, you will inevitably face challenges. The primary challenge is the time lag between your internal shift and its reflection in your external world. Your three-dimensional reality, with its sensory feedback, will try to convince you that nothing is changing. You will check your bank account, and the old number might still be there. You will look in the mirror, and the old reflection might still be there. This is the great test. This is where most people give up. Doubt, impatience, and frustration are low-frequency observations. The moment you indulge in them, you are no longer observing from your future state. You have reverted to observing from your past, and you begin to collapse the quantum field back into more of the same old reality. So, what do you do when doubt creeps in? You must learn to treat your old reality as nothing more than a memory of a past observation. It is an echo, not a determinant of your future. Your job is not to fight it or deny it, but to become so absorbed in your new inner world that the outer world loses its grip on you. When you notice evidence of your old reality, acknowledge it without emotional reaction. See it for what it is, the residue of a past version of you. Then, immediately and deliberately, return your attention and your emotional energy to your desired reality. This is an act of spiritual rebellion. You are declaring with your entire being that your inner vision is more real than what your eyes can see. You must fall in love with your future self and your future life more than you are attached to your past. This requires persistence and a deep faith in the unseen. Every time you choose the feeling of your future over the feeling of your past, you weaken the old neural pathways and strengthen the new ones. You are stabilizing your new frequency, making it your dominant state of being, until inevitably Reality has no choice but to conform to the new you. You are standing at a precipice of profound transformation. The knowledge you have received today is not just philosophy. It is the operational physics of creation. You are not a victim of a random universe. You are a divine consciousness, endowed with the power to choose your reality through the focus of your observation and the frequency of your being. The entire quantum field of infinite possibility is waiting, expectantly, for your instruction. It does not respond to your words or your desperate pleas. It responds to who you are being. Your identity, defined by your thoughts and feelings, is the creative command. For too long, you have allowed your past to define this identity, keeping you locked in a cycle of repetition. But that ends now. Today, you make a new choice. You choose to stop observing your life through the lens of past hurts and future fears. Instead, you choose to observe from a place of wholeness, from the perspective of the version of you who has already achieved everything you desire. This is your work. To wake up each morning and consciously embody the energy of your future. To catch yourself when you slip back into old patterns of thought and feeling, and gently, lovingly, guide yourself back to your new state of being. To have more faith in the unseen reality you are creating within than in the seen reality that is merely a shadow of your past. Your attention is your sacred power. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and what you energize, you materialize. So I ask you, where will you place your attention from this moment forward? Will you continue to water the weeds of your past, or will you nourish the garden of your future? The choice is, and always has been, yours. Commit to this path. Become a master of your inner world, and you will watch, in awe, as your outer world transforms to match the masterpiece you have become.